Hey guys, back to telling more stories. So, one of the things that I get asked the most often by either real estate agents or folks at dinner parties or when I'm doing a presentation is, why did you decide to get into the real estate industry? What made you get your license and start selling houses for a living? And so I thought that I would share that with you. Once upon a time, I was working for a .com. This is when things were going crazy in that market. And we're just doing quite fine. And my wife and I, or actually fiance and I at the time, decided that we were going to buy a condo. And we went through the process, and we felt that the real estate agent was relatively inexperienced, wasn't really following up on things. We ended up doing a lot of the research that we thought she should have been doing. And so we were pretty disillusioned by the process, but we had our condo and we were happy. And then the .com bubble burst, and the company that I was working for started laying people off, sometimes 20 at a time, 40 at a time. I think once we went up to like 80 at the time. And so you always felt like you were on pins and needles, like you could lose it any time. And so I thought, you know what? I better start looking for something much more stable. And thinking back at the experience with a real estate agent, I thought, I could do that. I probably could do a better job with that. I have customer service background. Why don't I look into it? And so I decided to start looking for somebody who was looking for an assistant or something along those lines. And so I did. I found a job posting for a gal that was a Century 21 agent. Applied, interviewed, got the job. And what I didn't realize at the time is that she was a Hall of Famer with Century 21. And back then there were only 7 of them in the world, and she was one of them. And so I kind of got hired on into the deep end. And so my first day, I walk in, and she says hello, and starts off with, "Listen, Hector." And I told her, "Well, my name is not Hector." "Whatever. Listen, Hector, this is what we're going to do today. It's a fairly busy one. I need you to start escrows on these 6 homes that I put into escrow over the weekend. I also took 8 listings. I need you to start getting the paperwork prepared. My other assistant will start helping you out with that, the one that's outgoing. I also need you to pull property profiles. I need you to get some CMAs put together, 2 or 3 of those for these addresses. And I also need for you to pull some title information on some other homes, because we're doing some research about a possible big project that was going on. And I need you to get all that done around 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock. We are having a party for me for my birthday, and I would like you to come down and spend some time with us." And she took off. And so I'm sitting there with a mountain of paperwork on my first day, and I had no idea what half of what she wanted was. And I had to figure it out. And so I remember picking up some of the files and making my way down the hall to the escrow company that someone told me that's where it was, and kind of knocking on the door and very sheepishly asking, "Hey, I was told that I'm supposed to open escrows." And the gals that were working there were very nice to me and said, "Okay, well, do you know what you're doing?" "No." "Let's take you through the process." And I spent about 2.5 months doing stuff like that, making phone calls, apologizing from the get-go about not knowing what something was, what something meant, but learning. And what I took away from that is that A, we all start somewhere. B, it's better to ask the question than to give out the wrong information and end up making things worse for everybody. And 3, people are kind. They want to help if you're willing to ask for it. So don't be shy about that. We all got to begin somewhere. And the best thing to do is to reach out to your manager, reach out to your broker, reach out to a fellow agent who has been doing it for a long time, and ask the question. You'll be better for it. Your client will be better served by doing so. And that's what our industry is all about. And I'm sure one day you'll have your own story to tell, and I can't wait to hear it. If you have any questions, or if you have anything that you would like to know about me, feel free to let me know. I'm an open book. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.